Welcome to Scott's Boring Podcast. Thanks for being here. This is October 6th, 2020. I'm Scott. And this one's more for you. I don't have a lot to say. I just thought I'd check in on you. Well, actually, this one's more for me. They're all really about me. But you're here, so thanks for that, whoever you are. Who are you? What are you doing here? Listening to me.
I somehow wanna share it with you. I've got a fire in my heart. I hope
So, what's going on with me? Well, I'm still off social media. I read that book from Jaron Lanier. I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure. 10 Reasons to Quit Your Social Media Today. And I did it, man. It's been 4 months. And it's been an interesting experience. I realized I talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but just to recap, to elaborate, because it's an interesting thing to go through. First of all, people think I've lost my mind. Like when I tell people, they look at me like I have 2 heads and 4 eyes. Why would you quit all your social media? Yeah. What was that all about, Scott? Why did you do that? It's not a weird thing. It was a difficult thing for the first week or so. But I think I'm better off for it. In fact, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is pop in. And popping back in, I'm a little bit nervous about. I don't know why. But I am. But I'm going to have to pop in. I'm going to promote a few things. It's not just that, just between us. It's not just about promoting. I'm actually popping in because I guess I miss it. I do. Especially in these times of COVID. There's that need to connect or something like that. There's people that I only are able to connect with. You know, I like scrolling through, I guess, and seeing what people are doing. I like wishing people happy birthday. I'm a big birthday wisher on Facebook. Anyway, that day will come pretty soon that I will pop back in. What I think I'll do is pop in for a while and then buzz off for another few months. So it's October 6th, 2020. I hope you're well. It's not uninteresting times. November 5th, Election Day for the United States, is around the corner. Trump got COVID. Every day it's something. If you're looking, and if you're not, all the best to you. I'll tell you what, we're not going to talk about that stuff because that's not why you tune in here. I don't know why you do, but you're here, and thanks for listening. And always, if you want to email me, scottmckenzie323@gmail.com. One more thing about the social media thing, and then we'll move on from that. But yeah, another thing I miss is I write songs. I write rock songs alone in this windowless studio. It's a way to share them, you know. So if you create I think that's the best use of social media is whenever you create something as an amateur especially, it's a place for it to live, a place to share it with other people who do that kind of thing. So I miss that. So the last few episodes of Scott's Boring Podcast, I have been ending them with some rock songs that I recorded. Have you been listening to them? I hope you have. I think you haven't. But if you have, thanks. At the end of this episode, I will be playing another one. So the last few songs, now I know this bores people to death, just hang in there for a minute. About me writing songs in my basement in my home studio alone. All right, just for a second, we'll move on to more interesting things. About that, so the last 4 songs I wrote, I said, I'm going to go in and try to write a song from scratch, just push on and try to get it done within an hour or the evening. It didn't work. It actually takes a few evenings. One evening is just kind of getting the drums down, sorting it out, and maybe you get some guitars, but really if you're starting from scratch for real, it's not like an old idea that you're, reworking. Truly from scratch, trying to, in the moment, something new. Well, to write a whole song, all the parts, in a few hours, it's a bit much. Not saying it can't be done, but it didn't work out for me. So it took a few evenings, really. But I did it. And what I did is just didn't second guess myself. Just keep on pushing on. This is what happened. This is how it's coming together. And when it came to the lyrics, don't second guess yourself. Just sing it, do it. And I wrote 4, maybe 5. And the one I'm going to play at the end of this podcast will be the end of that little thing. And it's cool. It's a place for the songs to live because they're not going to be on an album. And that way they just don't disappear in my hard drive. Like they never existed, like it never happened. So that's another reason I miss social media. Is a way to share. Okay, all right, enough about that. How are you? How are you doing? You hanging in there? Hey, you're thinking too much? Drinking too much? I'll tell you what, it's Sober October for me and many others, and my wife too. So quitting social media and drinking. 2 addictive things. What to say about that? Well, I'm 39. Anyone in their late 30s and on, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's a toughie. The first few days are kind of the worst. Actually, you know what? I hit it pretty hard before before I ended it. I hit it really hard. I went on this boat trip with my father-in-law, and I just drank way too much, and the seas are rough, and it's 3 days, and then hanging out with friends, which is very nice to see them. But it's, kind of party time. And then, anyway, sober now. And gonna do for October, you know what, man? I think I'm gonna try to do it much longer. We'll see. But I feel better. That's another fucking thing. Whenever you're not drinking, oh my God, people freak out. I feel better. I do. Is it not kind of poison? Anyway, don't worry. I know you probably are pissed off just hearing that. But Sober October, I'm doing it. Are you? Let me know. Email me. Even though you're not going to email me. So people are traveling within their own country. In Canada, they are, that's for sure. Which is cool. We've been, going to local travel destinations, road trips. I'm happy to do it. It's a positive thing. Kind of connecting with people a little bit more. Well, not really. That's another problem with off social media, as I mentioned, but we're moving on from that. Just COVID in general. Okay, you have the mask. For the first little while, people wouldn't look at each other in the eye. But I tell you what, when this is all finished, I think people are going to... I don't know. I think there's going to be like concerts and things like that are going to be more electric than they'd ever been. And, any kind of communal gathering concerts are a good example of that, are going to be more electric and more moving than they've ever been. I look forward to that. And just, seeing people and looking at each other in the eye and just being like, hey, because it seems like the mask is this more than a barrier for... Anyway, I'm looking forward to this being all over, and I know everybody else is too. So this winter in the Pacific Northwest where I am, we will be hunkering down, and I'll be in the basement here much of the time, I think, writing and recording audiobooks and the occasional podcast. And that's okay. I like it. I do. I think we'll take a few trips up to Whistler, which I adore. Awesome place. I'm going to try skiing again, which I haven't done since I was something teen, and I'm 39 now. It's going to be a good winter. I'm sure we'll have a few visitors, too, which is cool. Anyway, going up to Whistler is cool. There's this place where there's this huge waterfall. Last time we went, we finally pulled over to check it out. Isn't that neat when you're walking up that trail? Excuse me. To the waterfall. And, you're getting closer, you could hear it, and it gets rumbling loud. That you hear that unmistakable power of the waterfall. That deep rumble. And then you get the mist, and the air's moving a little different. And then you get around a corner, and you finally see it, and it's like, whoa. Takes your breath away, really does. That big, powerful waterfall, when you first see it. And then 30 seconds later, it's like, let's go. Am I a psychopath? I don't think so. I think everyone is like that. The most magical, huge waterfall in the world. That moment you go around the corner and you see it and you feel the air and you get the mist and the whole bit. It's magical. Nothing like it. For 15 seconds. And on the 30-second mark, you're like, fuck it. I don't know. Let's go. I think everyone's like that. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. What else? I'm going to make this a short one. I just want to check in on you on this, these times. October 6th. I love fall. Fall's nice. Right? It's all good. So Sober October, if you're doing it, good for you. And if you're not, good for you. I'm not drinking. I'm trying to get things sorted out around home. Getting ready to record an audiobook. Getting ready to write a book. And I think I'm well on my way. Things are starting to fall into place, and that feels good when things are in order around you. For me, anyway. I've been watching Ozark. Have you seen that? By golly, the first episode blew my mind, and I'm hooked. I haven't been hooked like I haven't been hooked in a television series in a long time. Jason Bateman. Apparently he's a badass. Each episode makes me feel terrible, but I have to watch it. It's strange. I'm dreading tonight to watch the 2 or 3 episodes that I'm inevitably going to watch back to back. And each episode I know is going to make me feel terrible. There's no release. There's no moment of something good. Eventually something good has to happen in the series, right? Or is it just going to be bunch of dread? Whatever it is, they're doing a good job writing it because I cannot look away. Ozark, check it out, man. If you want to feel horrible. I don't like feeling horrible particularly, but I'm hooked on the storyline. I can't stop watching. And I hope something good happens to poor Jason Bateman soon. His name's Marty in the show. I kind of like in the show how his life is just impossible. All these incredibly impossible situations that are layered and layered, and it all comes down on him. And any mortal person would just turn into a puddle and give up. And all he has to do is just keep it together, and he just seems to keep it together. And I like that. That's kind of cool. At a less extreme example, I think we're all kind of like that. You just got to keep it together, And if you can, all those seemingly impossible situations, they'll work out. You'll figure it out. Just like Jason Bateman in Ozark. So I'm going to play this song for you in a moment. Sorry, the mic's a little hot here. I was not going to play this one at all because it's a bit ballsy. You know, I think I might have gone a little far with this one in the sense that, you know, with these 4 songs, as I mentioned, I just kind of did it in a fluid way. And if it gets a little cheesy, I don't fight it. Whatever it wants to be, let it go. I don't know, this one. It's a bit risky to put out there. A bit ballsy, I think, of a performance. But it happened, and I want it to live somewhere. It's called Prison of Lies, and I hope you're all right. It's all going to be all right. It's very interesting times, right? So that's good. It's not boring. So you can look at it that way. And when this is all over, oh my God, it's going to feel good. Whatever you're into, wherever you go, that thing you do, when you go back to it, it's going to be better than ever. When you see that person that you miss, it's going to feel good to look into their eyes, I promise you. And I know I'm looking forward to it. So, the song is called Prison of Lies, a bit of a ballsy performance. And if you want to listen to it, good. And if you don't, well, la-dee-da.
I have a story, I don't have proof. Every word is true. How my friend put me in a prison of lies. When I say she's a fool, no, it's true. She pretends to be a friend, but I know she hopes I die. You always want me to fall, don't you? 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 Don't you? Not this time, not this time. There's many times I wanted to write this letter, tell them all how a smile can mean so little when they're wishing you wrong. Maybe we should stop, you know I'm right, 'cause they're here tonight.